Welcome to Udaan. In this edition, we have with us a very vivacious young lady who's just won the Femina Grand International and is now being prepared for the world event. And there are a lot of young people who'd like to maybe understand what this whole thing is all about. I'd like her to explain what is the mission behind this beauty pageant.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me here, first of all. And recently I won Miss India Grand International, and I'm going to represent India at Miss Grand International, which will be held in Bangkok in October. The pageant is about Stop the War, which is the biggest cause. Today we all are fighting for peace. And peace, I mean peace of land, but unfortunately we are not thinking of peace of mind, which is state of mind which we have to eventually achieve that. Today, the girl, whoever will win this pageant, is supposed to go to country. It's supposed to meet people, whoever is victim of war or any kind of disaster or anything. The girl will be taking care of them, will be liaising between countries and try to bring peace between countries. And I feel this is a very noble cause to work in. And that's the motivation I have why I want to why I want to participate in this pageant.
So that's a very, very exciting thing, and a lot of young, beautiful girls would like to follow what you've done.
It is very exciting.
And for me, it's equally exciting that you're from UP and you're from Lucknow, which is
Yes, sir.
where my heart is in. So, how do you look at your like this new global avatar with being locally relevant to UP and Lucknow and that whole region? You're in the area of public service. You're in the area of public health. Could you
Yeah.
talk something about that?
Uh, so yeah, I come from Lucknow, which is hub for culture, taste, and everything. So here, when I introduce myself that hi, I'm from Lucknow, people would firstly ask about kebabs, chicken curry, and everything. So that's the first question and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I love the language from Lucknow. Like people are very polite, very humble, and they believe in building relationships. And when I get to hear those things, I feel like very good. I feel humble that wow, that Lucknow has maintained that impression still in people's minds. When I joined this pageant, honestly, it wasn't so easy for me because I come from a background where I used to wear salwar suits and flat chappals, whereas I had to walk in 6 inches heels, which was the biggest challenge for me.
You look
And
equally ravishing in those clothes. I think more, maybe.
thank you so much, sir. But yeah, it took me a long to understand that, how do I walk? Because becoming a beauty queen is not that easy. Because we know that, by education, you will be able to pass that exam. You know that, you're studying that you will definitely, if you know the subject, you will
Hmm.
definitely get to clear that exam. But here it's very subjective. Like, you're walking in heels. It's all about your personality. Everyone has a different type of personality. So for me, it was very interesting journey,
It's an
and
interesting contrast walking in the
yeah, like
villages
healthcare to
and
glamorous.
walking on the ramp.
Yeah, but that's more interesting about me because today when I introduce myself that I used to work with UP government as public health professional and now I am Miss India Grand International. People say, are you serious? Are you kidding me or what? Because somehow it's a very rare combination, but I feel glad about it that even if I was working with UP government on a very serious note, which has given me all that exposure what I could bring here. And probably if I got selected here only because of my experience, my exposure to a level where they saw me that this girl has vision to do something good in
Yeah.
society, and that's how they picked me up. So yes, my background in public health has helped me a lot.
I think people would like to know what drives you, how deeply rooted you are what is your social commitment. So, from your experience, can you share
Sure, sir.
some ways you applied yourself and how those schemes have been brought to the people?
When I was working and So I was technical advisor to UP government through one external agency based in Holland, and there I got chance to visit many rural areas of UP. UP is huge, and the population is not really creamy. We when we look at the population, everyone is very needy, and unfortunately, we are not able to cater to those needs. I saw that the access, especially in healthcare, the access to healthcare is the biggest problem. We have infrastructure, we have people. If we process everything, in a nicest possible way, we will be able to deliver, whatever is required. But slowly, what I've realized that UP is changing very fast. We are introducing so many plans. For example, if we look at the scenario today, WHO, World Bank, UNICEF, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, everyone has made UP as a work capital, which is the biggest attraction that why everyone wants to jump in because they see that there is a lot of potential for change. And nowadays, since the government is so much welcoming, everyone is willing to work on that field.
So that's really very heartening to know that there's a nice, healthy atmosphere to do things in UP, a place which needs a lot of inputs, needs a
It
lot
does, sir. It
of
does. We have to understand.
commitment. Yeah.
We have to understand that it's the largest state. So many people are living there. It's not so easy to manage that big population.
I'd also like to know what is the general perception or general motivation of the youth of your generation.
Today, all the youngsters basically, everyone has an internal drive to do something really big in their life. Everyone wants to, make their presence felt. We all are working towards a cause that they want to prove themselves that their contribution in society is worth. They all want to make everyone come together and work for a bigger cause today. Everyone has a drive inside them. Everyone has a bigger vision, which I feel a great thing.
It's a very
Because
big
when
thing,
your
yeah.
foundation is strong, imagine what kind of future we will see tomorrow. So youngsters are like highly motivated and passionate about their dreams.
So there's a convergence from all sides, the
Exactly.
youth, the government, the
Everyone,
agencies.
we are in a very, uh, I should say rather, we are in a revolution phase that, we are kind of, it's a process right now, but
Yeah.
tomorrow when we'll see the results, it's going to be
Be a big thing,
fantastic.
yeah. As
Exactly.
a young girl moving around in these villages and being on your own, you've never felt any, never felt insecure or, law and order situation has not affected you.
So you are from Lucknow, and as far as I know, like your contribution uh, towards Lucknow and making Lucknow, proud and its presence felt, you have done a tremendous job. Through your passion, through your filmmaking, through your social contributions, amazing. You are from, you also touch the rural background of Lucknow. You know that how safe it is. And when I go there, like people are very welcoming. People are as same as, all over India. But unfortunately, because of some people, if we have like some different reputation or perception, trust me, like we shouldn't be judgmental about a state with few incidences.
Incidents,
I
they're
would just
blown
say
up
that.
out of
They have
proportion.
just blown up. And
Yeah.
as I just said that, we are the largest state. We should understand that obviously the number of everything will be higher.
Yeah.
If it is good, it will be higher. If it is bad, it will be higher because
Yeah.
we are the largest population.
What about this women's helpline? Do you think it's very effective, or
So,
people
in
who've
fact, I
used
would
it?
share my own experience. So, when I used to live in Lucknow, I still use it. I have that app on my phone, and it's 1090, which is Women Power Line. It's just not helpline, it's power line because women of Lucknow or UP have that power in hand that no one can dare to touch them or no one can dare to bother them, and the power line works like that. If you complain about anything, it works so fast
Yeah.
that you wouldn't even imagine that it can work so fast.
Very
Because
nice to hear this.
yeah, once I got a call and I was just getting bothered by that call, like, just stop calling me. I was requesting that person, but somehow, like, he didn't hear me. I called on this number just to check that those days it was a very new app. So I called on this number that, hi, I'm getting call and my name and so within 24 hours, I'm not kidding, it's very serious, my personal experience, that call stopped. And firstly, they don't disclose your
Identity,
information
yeah.
exactly, and also they follow up. So after 4 days, 5 days, I got
They asked
another
you.
call. Yes, that
So,
how are you? Everything is fine or not? Then after 10 days, I got called. Then after a month, I got called. So that's the best thing, that things are not just there;
Yeah.
they are also in process. It's
Yeah.
just not for show off. They actually function very well.
I think that's a very, very heartening thing to hear from a young person like you.
Yeah, so it's my experience, and I when I met our chief minister, I did share that I'm thankful to you that you
He must
thought
be
on
thrilled,
those
yeah.
lines that, and this is my personal experience, what I have felt. So I believe everyone can feel, all the girls whoever are using that power line, they are empowered today.
What about other schemes that directly have touched you and future ideas like the metro coming and the Yamuna Expressway?
Yes, sir.
All these few things are happening and they're going to change your life in the near future.
So soon we are expecting a metro city where metro is coming, where connectivity from city to city is getting better. Then the pension scheme we have, where we consider that at least we are targeting that 40 lakhs of population will be benefited by that. And apart from that, we are also distributing laptops to youth so that we can introduce them to digital media, where because today it's very important, like your knowledge in digital sector is worth knowing, because social media and everything is based online, so you have to know
Yeah.
about it. And I'm glad that our government is considerate about that field. Then we also award scholarship to girls who are in class 12. We also think of employment for youth. We also think for housing for people who cannot afford houses under Ramanohar Loya Awas Yojana. So I'm glad that this government is coming up with so many things,
So
very
at least you
unique
are
things.
aware, which is a big thing.
Thank you so much,
Because
sir.
you-
But that's my state, and they are functioning so well, and everything is coming up so nicely that I feel that everyone should know. And today, why I'm talking about, because whoever has that reputation that UP is still there, it's not there. It's just 3 years,
It's flying.
Yeah, it's going fantastic.
I think people would also like to know a little more about what drives you and how are you looking at returning to your roots and picking up the thread. It's nice to be Miss World and everything, but you want to, I hope, lever
Yeah.
that position and bring back to where you come from all the kind of help it needs.
So in Lucknow, so I work with an organization called Udaan. They work for victim of domestic violence female, and they look after their self-independent division. They give them employment, whereas I look into a health division. So we organize health camps for them, and then we screen people whoever need healthcare services. Further, we go to medical facilities, government medical facilities, where we have provision of delivering free healthcare services to the people, basically below poverty line people. So we liaison with hospital. We try to talk to CMSs, and then we get free services for them. And also, if they cannot afford, we try to arrange finance from our side also. So this is how I'm contributing in my state right now, and which is my future vision that I was doing at a different level yesterday, but tomorrow when I'll go back, and today I am in a different position, so I'll definitely expand that on a different level now.
I see a huge challenge before you. Even from now, even if you go outside, you'll be taking a part of Lucknow with you. You'll be promoting Lucknow. People shouldn't just say, okay, आप लखनऊ की हैं, so don't just think of the kebab and the chicken work. There's a lot more that Lucknow has to offer. It's
Exactly.
got poetry, music, dance, and then the biggest thing is that it's got this great sensitivity to each other. The
Exactly.
composite culture. So I see you as a great future for our state.
So you come from Lucknow and you have made significant changes. No one can avoid seeing that. You, like, say it's filmmaking or fashion designing, poetry, painting. In fact, your contribution in social sector is awesome. So, like, you are in Mumbai, you're based in Mumbai, your work field is Mumbai, but you keep visiting Lucknow so often, and then you are still rooted to that level. I really want to know what kept you going there, what kept you going there, and also, what motivated you to stay connected with your roots.
I think that's a very, very important issue which I think every young person should have, is to be connected with your soil, your roots. And like for me, Lucknow and Kotwara, where I come from, the people and the plight of those people has been a driving force for me. And I've been attracted by their helplessness. My art has been a kind of a expression of their helplessness.
Yeah.
It's inspired all my art. And I feel that if the young people like you can look at life like this, I came to this realization after a lot more hard work, after seeing a lot more than
Yes.
probably you are going to see in because things in today's context are happening much faster than they happened in my time.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate to see that and to see this and also to imagine a future in which where we come from becomes very important for us.
That's true, sir.
So I think it's a great time of change, and change has to be always visionary. Without a vision, change can become ugly and irreversible. What else would you like to share with your? I think you're not
So
today
since
addressing
I
just
have
people of Lucknow. You're addressing the whole world. I think today.
exactly, but since I have opportunity to talk to you, I really want to know that you come from a family where everything was well established. You probably wasn't even exposed to what basic other population needs. But how come you got connected to? How come you connected yourself to a general population where you started thinking that you have to do something good for these people also, because you come from a royal family where obviously everything was given for you. So
Well, you'll be surprised that from the time I stepped into a professional world, which is I joined advertising, I started my career with a salary of 150 rupees a month.
my God.
And I never took anything from my father, not
Wow.
till he died. So I never took anything from him, and I've just done everything on my own and become whatever I am. I've not compromised. I've not made any kind of creative compromises, and I've followed my heart. I think you have to really follow your heart. And one way of following your heart is to make your heart soft, tender, sensitive, and and the most beautiful way of of achieving that to me is poetry.
Yeah.
If your heart is poetic,
Yeah.
then you see poetry in everything. And
True.
if you can see poetry in ugliness, if you can see poetry in helplessness, you become a much stronger and a more motivated person. Otherwise, you get trapped by consumerism.
Personally, for me, I was so much inspired by you. Not only knowing that you're from Lucknow, but also that your subject in Mumbai, your work field is Mumbai. Your filmmaking, everything has something or the other inspiring thing in it. So yeah, and also one thing, being a youth, and since you already have achieved that and your contribution is already remarkable, what kind of advice you would give me? Because I'm also, going there. I want to do something for the society, and I want to know something from your experience which can help me in going.
I think you have to follow your heart, and you have to empower your heart.
Yeah.
If you, in this whole world, people are empowering their minds, but you should empower your heart to empower the mind. So just follow your heart and remain rooted. Your biggest energies will come from your roots, from UP, from
Yeah.
Lucknow. And you have to be true to that. And at the same time, you have to be universal. Today the world is one. It's not
Yeah.
we are not dealing with an isolated existence. We are dealing, whatever you do impacts the world,
Yeah.
or whatever happens in the world, it affects you. If some part of the world is in pain, you will be in pain. So
Exactly.
that's the reality today, and you have to live up to that reality.
Yeah.
And then today you are 23, but then in 5 years there'll be more children who will be entering your stage. So you have to be responsible to make sure that this continuity of Vartikas are continued.
Exactly. So, we had people like you and uh, inspiring people, aspiring to become people like you here, sitting here. And maybe tomorrow, if I do something good, I would want, that's what I want to do. I want to make myself an inspiring figure which can influence people to think that it's not only about your life. If you are here, make some best use of it. If you are here, contribute something to society also, because if you are blessed with certain things, give that chance to other also to feel the same.
So today we have a very beautiful lady with us, and she's shared her aspirations, she's poured out her heart, and she's not just a beautiful lady, but she's a very inspirational woman. And I think UP and Lucknow should be proud of having created a person like her. Thank you very much for being with us, and see you soon.